Hi guys, my name is Shell. I'm just going to spend the next 8 minutes or so just giving you a little bit of a background about what I do and some of the top skills and tips that I can impress upon you. I work for a charity called Think Forward UK. We're a charity that works with young people from disadvantaged backgrounds and to try and give them a heads up and an equal playing field to make sure that they actually get their best out of life and all the opportunities that we've got. And so we use a coaching model with them, working with them in their schools. We work with them up to the age of 18. We pick them up at the age of year 9, which is 13, and then finish when they graduate with us at 18. Totally, the transformation is unbelievable. So I look after London, arm of the Think Forward UK part, and so my official role is London Regional Delivery Manager. So I look after all the aspects of the change work, the delivery work. I've been with Think Forward now coming up to 12 years actually. It is now 12 years. Before that I worked for a school in middle leadership, looked after the pastoral side and working with community members and so forth. So pretty similar to what I do with Think Forward. Before that I worked for the youth offending team, working as a manager that looks after restorative justice, the offender behaviour programme, reparation, so all the change work, all the behaviour and the mindset kind of stuff really. And before that I actually worked for a charity called Victim Support UK, preventing young people from becoming victims, and also young people that were affected by crime, making sure that we broke the loop so they didn't continue to go down the offender sort of behaviour cycle really. And then before all of that I worked for the private sector for 18 years in management around retail really. So I worked for one organisation for 18 years, and that's Sainsbury's, and started with them as a part-timer when I was 16, sixth form, and then this ended up with them. They came down one of the summer holidays and said to me while I was there, we've been watching you, we've seen what your attitude is all about and your competencies, and we honestly believe that you would be an asset to the management team. So then went through the whole management structure and worked all over London, in Manchester and so forth. And I think that my biggest thing that I took away from working with Sainsbury's was about how we invest in people, how we invest in ourselves through training, and most importantly, people skills. Okay, you can go to college, you can go to university, and I would encourage you, just most importantly, please learn all about people, how to communicate people, how to connect with people, how to get the best out of people, and all of that comes from your own self-awareness really. So in terms of my education, I completed my GCSEs. They were called O-levels back then. I failed them miserably. In year 11, I had lots of personal stuff going on at home. I had a breakup in the families. My mum and dad was divorcing, and it was quite traumatic. So failed miserably, went back into sixth form and got my head down and came out with 6 GCSEs, including maths and English. And then I was then due to go into a level 3 course in photography, but in the summer I just changed my mind. Okay. Subsequently though, I just want to really say that learning is lifelong. It really is. And if you can just get your head around that you are going to be learning academically in some shape or form for the rest of your life, I guarantee you will not get left behind. All right. So I ended up with doing an advanced diploma in integrative therapy. I then did a open university course in youth justice. Then I did a level 7, which is like a equivalent to a master's in supervision. So I just continued to grow, guys, all right? And I also got a level 5 in coaching qualifications. Why is education important? Because it gives you all a theory, all right, along with the practice, and it also opens doors, and also you can go through doors, because certain doors will not allow you to go through unless you've got certain qualifications, all right? So I would really encourage you to get the best of both, all right, qualification as well as experience. I would also ask that you figure out what you're really passionate about, what you're really curious about, what you really get joy from, and then study that rather than just take a planned route that someone else has planned out for you and mapped out for you. That's not going to work. You want to be enthusiastic when you get up in the morning and knowing that you're going into college to study a particular subject that you're passionate about. All right, and I'll tell you now, you've got a lot of opportunities to really figure out what your passion is because of what's around on TED Talks, what's around on sort of all the platforms that are out there that we didn't have. Okay, all right. So really just understand your appetite for learning and really invest in you on there. All right. Make sure that you implement the delayed gratification rather than the instant gratification, because that's not going to work for you either. All right, work towards something and know that you're going to get some kind of gratification from it, right, as opposed to instantly getting that gratification